Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It is a bit of a long holiday weekend. So as we get ready to get into our groove for our shortened work week, a little bit of open chest area. Heart and circulation is the call for today's asanas or postures. Most, or if not all of the postures that we do will work on opening up the chest, helping to improve circulation in our upper torso. So with that in mind, let's get started with this process here. Hopefully, if you've been up and moving most of the day, then if not, don't worry, we'll slowly graduate and get into slightly deeper postures. So for starters, let's go into Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're going to start standing. Now the feet can be together or slightly apart, no wider than your hips, please. Take a look at your toes. Lift all 10 toes up, try to spread the toes out, working into the inner arches as well with this posture. Take the toes out and down as if you're gripping the mat. So the legs are firm, stomach is in, chest is soft, shoulders, bring them up, take them back, drop them down. All right, chin is slightly tucked, fingers energized towards the floor. So far, so good. This is Tadasana or mountain pose. Urdhva Hastasana. Let's take the arms up, keep the hands shoulders width apart, palms facing each other, and just energize the arms as they reach up towards the ceiling. We're going to stay nice and tall. Your core comes in. You feel your stomach coming in. Feet not so much gripping the mat per se, but you feel rooted to the earth. Fingers reaching towards the ceiling. Shoulders are coming up a bit here. Yeah, our shoulders are reaching towards our ears. We're reaching, and now relax the shoulders a bit away from the ears. Nice. There we go. Love it. Okay, let's frame the head. So we're going to grab opposite elbows above the head, boxing the head in here. And let's bring the arms back a little bit. Now we're also lifting the heart. Lifting the heart towards the ceiling. You may feel this in your low back as well. Now, if you're having shoulder issues, be mindful here. You can bring the arms forward as necessary. But if you're good to go, bring the arms back a bit. The biceps next to your ears or a little bit further beyond. Now, pull at each elbow, lift up a little taller, stand a little taller with this one. Nice. Don't forget the breath. Now, the mouth is closed. We're trying to bring all of our inhalations and exhalations through the nose. And that's it. Nice and deep here with each one. Arms come back a little more. One more breath in. Exhale, release the arms, bring them down slowly. Shake them out a bit here. Nice. Okay, let's try this again. Lift the arms up. This time, bring the fingers together, palms up, and press the palms up towards the ceiling. So the fingers are latched together, lace together, palms are up, arms are coming back one more time. Reach up and extend. You can lift a little bit up coming onto your toes, heels coming off the mat. Let's work on balance as well. One more breath. And release the arms. This time, bring the hands behind you, reaching for opposite elbows behind. If you can't reach your elbows, no problem. Just go for your forearms, wherever you can reach. This may not happen right away. So if you're nowhere near your elbows, don't sweat it. All right, have a good grip there. Now, I want you to stand nice and tall. Don't bother to lean forward. You can lean back a little bit so the core is in. You can feel it on your shoulders, especially when you stand nice and tall. That's it. Hold on. Give me a good grip. Standing tall. And for some of you who remember in the in-studio sessions, this is our snotty wall mark walk. As we look down upon, well, everyone else who's in there for whatever reason you have. Good. Nice. All right, one more breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Shake them out. Shake out the arms. Okay, this is our cow face pose, but we're going to do it standing. So, take your right arm up. Drop the hand behind you, your right hand in between your shoulder blades. The left hand comes up in between, and you're reaching for your hands or your fingers. And I can just barely touch my fingers, which, yeah, not good enough for me. So if you want, you can grab a strap. You can grab a strap or a towel to complete that link. Hold on nice and tight. So we're trying to get the fingers, the hands to meet in between the shoulder blades. This case, we're trying to get that right elbow pointing up towards the ceiling. Yeah, as far and as deep as you can grip, reach. Once again, you feel your chest opening, the core, your stomach is in, your legs are firm as the feet are planted into the mat. Give me one more breath here. And on your exhale, release. Whew. Let's switch sides. This time, left arm is up. Drop the left hand in between the shoulder blades and bring the right arm up in between. Now, for me, this is my tighter side. It's not happening without a strap or a blanket or whatever you have to make that connection. This is how far apart I am. Don't have my right shoulder isn't the best in the world, but yoga keeps me on par or near enough. All right, so get yourself a really decent grip there. Try to get that left elbow pointing towards the ceiling. And if you don't have shoulder issues, you might find out you do with this one. So please be careful with this. All right, we're here. Once again, don't want you stooping forward. Try to keep the torso tall. That's right. A little tension on that strap, on the shoulders, in your core. Chest lifts towards the ceiling just a little bit. Nice. One more breath. And on your exhale, release. Ooh. So in opening up the chest, early on, there's a lot of work on those shoulders. All right, let's keep going. Tadasana, mountain pose. Top of your mat, facing the front area of where you are. Let's go into warrior number one. We're gonna take the right leg back to warrior number one. And we're going right into triangle. That's where we're gonna hold off. But for right now, warrior one, chest and pelvis favoring the front. Heart lifts towards the ceiling, slight bend in the left leg. Good. Let's open to warrior two. Now chest and pelvis favor the right side of the mat. Arms are, the hands are at least equal to or slightly higher than the shoulders. Okay, our key pose here, triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. So lengthen the front leg, lean forward and rotate the arms. This is absolutely groovy. So if the left fingers aren't touching the mat, they can brace on the left leg. Try not to put too much pressure there. The right arm, we're trying to get directly up towards the ceiling. But if you're feeling it in the right shoulder, take the right hand to the right hip and roll that shoulder back. Imagine your shoulder blades being against a wall. Okay, we're here. We're gonna hold this for the next 40 odd seconds, folks. So hang in there. If your left leg, it's lengthened, but make sure you're not hyperflexing here in this one. If you are, put a slight bend in the knee. You don't want to go overboard with this one. If you're losing your balance, start by looking at the mat. That might help. And you might find yourself warming up and coming down a little further. You can always take that top arm and open it up just a little bit. That's it, opening up the chest. Small, subtle variations and changes we can make. It's just a wonderful posture. All right, we're almost there. More than halfway there, folks. Stick with the breath. Small surprise here. We're going from triangle to extended side angle. Okay, here we go. Look down for balance. And just bend that left leg. There we go. That left elbow can rest on the left knee. Right arm is still up, or for those of you who have it on your hip, that's fine. Now we're going to work a little deeper into the left hamstring. Shift the pelvis forward a bit. That's it. Going for 90 degrees in that left leg. All right, let's keep the chest open by bringing the right shoulder back. Nice. And if your arm is still up at this point, now it's reaching towards the front of the mat. Right palm is down, right bicep near your right ear as you look up towards the ceiling. If that ain't happening, you keep your head neutral or look at that left foot to keep your balance. All right, stick with the breath. If you're going further with this, the left fingertips might be on the mat. Remember, if you're putting your left fingertips down, no pressure. Use the core. Keep the torso level there. I want you to work the core with this one. So don't put a lot of pressure on the left hand. All right, We're looking good. Inhale deep. Exhale, look down. You can drop that right hand and come on up. Doesn't have to be pretty. Come on up. Shake it off. We'll get ready to do the other side. So essentially, warrior one, warrior two, triangle, and we'll hold that for a minute. Then we'll go into its extended side angle and hold that for 1 minute. Okay, from Tadasana, left leg back to warrior one. Arms up, give it your best go here at warrior one. Fingers energized. From warrior one, warrior two, twist a little to the left. There we go. So keep the core in, keep the stomach in, hands equal to or higher than the shoulders. Nice. Triangle. Straighten or lengthen that right leg. Lean forward and rotate the arms. So once again, the fingers, you can just rest that right hand on the shin. Take your gaze up towards the ceiling. And that's optional. If you have neck issues, keep the head neutral. Or if you're losing balance, look at the right foot. And again, some of you might have your fingertips all the way on the mat. Do not drop the left shoulder towards the mat. Keep pulling that left shoulder back a little bit. Imagine your back is flat against the wall, even in this posture. Keep that left arm tight, keep it strong. And yes, optional, left hand, left hip, and roll that left shoulder back. Good. Some of you might have the right hand outside the right foot, outside the right leg, on the mat or on a block, opening the chest. All right, we're good. Let's go right into extended side angle. So look down for balance. Bend the right leg. Put your right elbow, right knee, and that left arm comes up and over. That's it. We just smoothly shift into that hamstring work a little bit here by manipulating the pelvis and bending that right leg. All right, let's not forget the basics here. We're trying to open the chest. Open the chest. So we bring that left shoulder back a little bit. Keep that left arm active. Yes, right fingertips, once again, can be on the mat, either side of that foot. You gotta use the core. So if you're resting completely on that right leg, you'll see a difference when you bring the fingertips down. 3 more breaths here, folks, 3 more breaths. Nice and deep, steady on, we got this. Last one. On your exhale, look down for balance, drop the top arm and step it up or hop it up, shake it off. Thank you, Ray. Okay. Woo! Feeling it already. Balance is next. Now this is going to feel a bit shaky as we put a lot of pressure into the lower portion of the body for that last posture, but let's see if we have this. Remember, with any of our balancing postures, hold on to a wall, a chair, or whoever's next to you if they're okay with it. Let's start balancing on the right leg. This is Vrikshasana, tree pose. So, phase 1, as I'm doing here, my left toes are on the mat, left knee's out at 90 degrees. It's a hip opener, hands at heart center. And you can bring that foot up, halfway point, phase 2, as I like to say, or bring that foot up all the way, resting or pushing that heel into the upper thigh. Now, if you're further along the power curve, feel free to open up the limbs of your tree, grow the limbs of your tree, however you see fit. If you want to challenge yourself a little more, take your gaze up towards the ceiling, maybe a small back bend. Lots of options here. Feel free to drop into a lower position, phase 2 or phase 1, if you need to. It's absolutely fine. 3 more breaths. Hang in there. Just breathe. Looks good. And recover. Other side. Okay, balancing on that left leg. That right leg, right foot's at phase 1, 2, or 3. I'm taking mine to phase 2. I'm going to hold off here. I'm not exactly at 90 degrees today. Yeah, that right hip. Not as it used to be. Okay, let's do this. Hands start off at heart center. Feel free to grow your limbs however you see fit. If that's too much for you today, just keep them at heart center. You're fine. We're still balancing. Shoulders are back. Standing tall, core is in. Even if you're at phase 1 or 2, you can still take your gaze up towards the ceiling. It's still a challenge. Just have some fun with it, please. 2 more breaths. And recover. Nice. Okay, downward dog. Now, for this downward dog, we're going to lengthen. We're going to get into our best posture and hang out there for a few breaths. To that end, you've got a couple of options. One, if you have a block, you can actually rest your head on a block, or if you have a blanket nearby, you can roll up your blanket and rest your head on the blanket in downward dog. So from downward dog, you can move that block or blanket so where you can just lightly rest your head on the blanket or block. Another option, if you have no blanket or block, and you cannot put your head on the mat, you can go against the wall, okay? So from here, toes are on the floor, your heels are on the wall from all fours, then just lift up into downward dog. Little challenging here, but the legs are lengthened. You're gonna feel this. More pronounced in the legs, definitely. And even here, you can get to the point and rest your head on a block or a blanket. Lots of options. All right, stay here and let's breathe. We've got 5 deep breaths right here. Two more deep breaths, folks. From downward dog, resting the head. Already warmed up. Last breath. And recover. Bring the knees down into child's pose. So let's go into child's pose, balasana. So from all fours, big toes together. Knees can come apart, they don't have to. Hips to heels. Feel free to fold your arms if you like, or swing your arms to the sides. That'll take all the pressure off of the shoulders when you do that. Three breaths right here. Last breath. And recover. Woo. As we bring it up to all fours, we're going into Baradavasana's twist. So we're going to sit down, right hip to the mat. I'll turn a bit because I'm going to use a block. I'm going to sit my right hip on a block. I also call this the cheerleader drop. So when the cheerleaders drop down, this is a little bit how they look. Okay. Now, of course, you can go further, you can go deeper, bringing this right foot up into the waistline. You can hold it with that left hand or bring your right hand behind you and grab your toes. If you've got the flexibility, make it happen. With me, it's not happening. I'm just telling you up front. Okay, let's twist to the right. Try to keep the torso up as tall as you can. So I don't want you to lean forward or to the side. Try to keep the torso up. I'm going to use my left hand on that right knee to help brace myself. And I'm looking over the right shoulder. You're going to feel it in your midsection. And the head, of course, is just along for the ride. Don't force the head looking over the right shoulder. Hold here, another breath. And recover. Woo! Other side. So I'm just going to pivot here on my block. I'm going to put my left hip on it. So my right leg folds back, left foot, top of the left foot is on top of the right knee. Then once again, for those of you with the flexibility to go a little deeper, you can bring that foot, and I say that foot, the left foot up as high as you can. You can hold on to it with the right hand or the left, but if you hold on to it with the right foot, the left hand can reach behind, literally reach behind and reach for your left toes. It looks pretty. You can do it. And if you can't do it, you're still doing 100% of the posture, doing it the way I am right now. Let's twist to the left. Looking over the left shoulder. You'll notice if you have a looser or a slightly tighter side, and from my perspective, it's a definite tighter side on this side. Torso's up nice and tall. You're gonna feel this compression on the lower right side. Maybe a little opening here on the left. 2 more breaths right here. And recover. Woo. Hero's pose, Virasana. Okay, now for this one, we're gonna sit on our heels. So the knees can be together, feet can be together, and we sit on our heels. Now, if you're like me and having a bit of an issue here, especially with your knees or the tightness of the hips, you can sit on a block. You may take the feet apart, maybe take the knees apart, and sit on a block. Or if you're really like me, sit on 2 blocks. 2 blocks and a blanket is where I normally am at, but I seem to be getting a little better. Hey, the more you do this, the better and deeper you can go, but it's something we have to work on. All right, now, lots of options here, folks. One option, if you're not sitting on any blocks, take your knees open, take your heels and open them up, sit your bum directly onto the mat, okay? That's another option. For everybody else, hang out there. All right, let's recline. Let's go into a reclined posture of hero's pose. So I'm taking my hands and I'm walking them back. There we go. This is great. Go where you can. It's a chest opener. It's a definite chest opener here. Now, if you're not using any blocks and you're coming back, and if you can go all the way back, go for it. You're looking great. And if you're like me, we're looking great. You do what you can, have some fun with the posture. Oh, there is one small note. If you're all the way back and you're having a hard time getting up, well, most of you are within a foot of your cell phone anyway. Just text me or send something, we'll send help. All right, a couple more breaths here. Hang in there, just breathe and relax. Lots of work into the knees. You may feel this in the waistline or your chest. If you're still propped up, you're definitely gonna feel this in your chest. You can open up the arms a little bit. So take your hands wider as we come back a little more. Keep the head neutral. I don't like to hang the neck too much, just keep it neutral. Nice. 2 more breaths here, just relax. Okay, now for those of you that are all the way down on the mat, you're lying down on your back on the floor. We'll give you an extra second here to come on up, especially if you're all the way down and didn't realize you were going to make it all the way down. We'll give you an extra couple of breaths here to get up. And now everyone else, let's join them. We scoot up a little bit. Woo, nice. Come forward. And let's work out those legs. I'm just going to stretch my legs out. Easily. Yeah, I need that. I'll move the blocks over. Yeah, we may need a couple of breaths to get the blood flowing again. It is a great posture to do hero's pose. It really is. And you do restrict the blood flow to a small degree in the legs. Feels so good afterwards, though. Okay, child's pose. Since we're here on all fours, big toes can be together, knees apart if you like, push hips to heels. Hips to heels, and if they're not touching the heels, no problem, but we'll get them there if we keep working on hero's pose. 3 breaths right here. Just let go of that last posture. Okay, let's bring it up slowly, please. All fours. And from all fours, let's come down to our stomachs, please. Ooh, let's do bow pose, Dharana. And actually, let's do Ujjayi Dharana. Let's do half bow pose. So with this one, let's start with that left hand. The left arm is gonna be on the mat in front of you. Bend your right leg. Reach back with your right hand and grab the foot, ankle, or shin. Now, if you can't reach it, try using a strap or a towel to lasso that foot. Okay, here we go. We're gonna press down that left arm, lift chin and chest, keep your head neutral, and now lift the right knee off the mat. Just get it off the mat by an inch, we'll be happy. Lift, try not to roll too much to the left here. Hold the knee up. Breathe. That's it. And recover. Switch sides. Right arm is in front. Then the left leg. Reach back left hand to grab the left foot, ankle, or shin. Okay. Press your right arm down to the mat. Lift chin and chest up where you can. And lift that left knee off the mat. Just lift it where you can. Woo. May not come up too far here, but just lift, press, press, and breathe. That's it. And recover. Woo. Okay, so what we've done in the past is the full version of that one. And for giggles, for you to do it later, let's go ahead and demonstrate it one time here. Bend both legs, reach back, reaching for the ankles, feet, wherever you can, and lift chin and chest, and lift the knees off the mat. So here, you're gonna bend up where you can. I mean, ideally, man, those legs really extend upwards. Well, in the picture books, they do. You may be different. I am definitely different, but we are doing it 100% of the way. And recover. Woo! Child's pose. Press down, press up, press back, child's pose. Arms extended, fold it, or to your sides. Okay. Let's keep going. I know, packing a lot in on this awesome session. We're coming back onto our stomachs. This is a leg crossover. So with this posture, on your stomachs, I want you to take your arms out on either side. Now I have to come off my mat a bit because I'm next to my wall. Arms are out. I'll make sure this is easy for you. I want you to lift your left leg, bend it, and then take that left foot to the other side. Hey, press the left hand down. Do not move the left hand. Keep it pressed into the mat. You're just reaching that left foot over to the other side. Maybe rolling onto the right hip. Keep moving, keep extending that left leg. Well, the leg is bent. Maybe the left toe touches the mat, maybe not. We're rolling onto the right side of the right leg. It's a chest opener. And recover. Ooh. Oh. Other side. Bend the right leg. Lift the leg up a little bit and just reach that right leg over. I'm running into the wall. So I'm just going to use that and lift the right knee up a little higher. The left leg, you're rolling onto the left side, the outer edge of the left leg. My right hand is pressing. My right arm is pressing into the floor, not moving it, not sliding it back. That's it. And recover. Woo. Oh. Okay. That's a great one. And I do like it. So let's do another one that opens up the chest as well, but opens up the chest in a slightly more direct fashion. Same posture, except this time we're going to move an arm as well. So, arms extended, chin is on the mat. Let's roll to the right. And that left leg, I don't bend it as much. I just extend the left leg out, and now left arm comes up and over, reaching for the right hand. Right arm. Here's your chest opener. So the right leg, we're on the outer edge of the right leg. That left leg is reaching back and over. Oh, I'm feeling this. I've got BioFreeze. Just send me your snail mail address. I'll send you BioFreeze. And recover. Left arm comes back. We're on our stomachs again. Other side. Let's roll a bit to the left. Right arm comes up. I can just barely grab my fingers on this side. And I've got some wall action here, so I'm just going to put my foot on the wall and lift the right knee up a little bit. But we are really opening up the chest. And you're feeling this really through the shoulders. I didn't tell you before, a lot of the work in opening up the chest involves a little bit of shoulder work and upper back work. A couple of more breaths and recover. Ooh. Oh, back to the... Okay. Child's pose. Child's pose where you can. Yes, thank you, Ray. Ah. Woo. Okay. No problems. Ah. That was a lot. Let's get into the low back. So upper back with the shoulders, shoulder blades. You felt that one. Let's get into the low back with cobra pose. So we're gonna lie down on our stomachs again. Hands this time are underneath the shoulders. Elbows are tucked into the sides. Elbows are away from the ear. Shoulders are away from the ears. Big toes are together, feet are flat. Let's do a baby cobra, lift chin and chest. And when I say baby cobra, no pressure on the hands. Keep your head neutral, keep your feet and your legs on the mat. Your hips may be cinched, they don't have to be. Lift up a little higher and recover. We've got one more set to do there. Okay, set number 2, Cobra Bhujangasana. Press down, lift up. This time come up a little higher. Elbows are still tucked into your sides. Hands are pressing down into the mat. Head is neutral. Nice. That's it. We're doing good. Hey, optional, upward dog. If you want it, do it. Extend the arms all the way. Make sure the shoulders are over the wrist. Tighten up the legs. Bring the knees off of the mat. You can keep your head neutral with this one. If you're getting a foot cramp, just lift that affected foot, however you need to. But keep the pelvis down towards the mat. We've got to work into the mat, work into the back. I cobra corrected. Here we go. If you're in upward dog, release the legs, slowly come down, all the way. That's it. And balasana, child's pose. Press down, press back. Ooh, nice. Pretty good extension there on that lower back. Wonderful. And let's bring it up to our knees. Ustrasana, camel. We just have one to do here. So we'll be on our knees. Remember, if you're on hardwood floors, a blanket for the knees works great. Hands on lower back. Okay, Ustrasana, camel. Press the pelvis forward, roll the shoulders back. You only have one to do here, so keep the pelvis pressing forward. If you've got the flexibility, you know what we're doing, the hands can come towards the heels and grab the heels. If you cannot grab your heels, keep your hands on your low back. That's it. Press the pelvis forward, shoulders are back, look back a little further. Huge chest opener. Inhale, exhale, recover. Bring it all the way forward, all the way down. Forehead towards the mat, please, or touch the mat if you can. Nice. And recover. Let's get onto our backs for bridge pose. So we're lying down, legs are bent, heels close to the hips, hands down next to the feet. Okay, let's do this. Press down, press up. So you're pressing your feet down and we're pressing the pelvis up towards the ceiling. I know it's hard to gauge, but we want to make sure the feet and knees are the same distance apart. If you want to work on shoulders a little more, clasp your hands underneath your bum, press the pelvis up, chin gets a little closer to the chest here. So the core is in, and we're actually targeting the lower back with this one, but you guys know that already. But you feel it in the legs. Go ahead, lift your toes if you like. Lift the toes, drive those heels into the mat. Looks good. Release the toes. Release your hands and roll down one vertebra at a time, all the way flat. Let's flatten out the spinal column on the mat by tucking the chin in just a little bit. We have one more to do of bridge pose. 2 breaths right here. Deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Awesome work here. All right, second and last one of bridge pose. Let's do this. Press your feet down to the mat, press your arms down, lift your pelvis up. And I'm gonna clasp my hands behind my butt, press up. Some rocket work here. Left leg, lift. Left leg, lift. That's it. Point that leg towards the ceiling. Wonderful. I'm feeling great. Mainly because I had a pedicure, so I'm feeling really good here. And recover left leg, right leg. Take it straight up. Try to lengthen that leg out best you can. Try to get that foot over your face. Don't lose any altitude with the pelvis. Press and recover the right leg. Press your pelvis up one more time and recover. One vertebra at a time as we roll the spinal column down and windshield wipe the legs left and right a few times. Ooh. Apanasana. Bring the knees into your chest, arms on top or behind the knees. And you can even hold in a bit here. You can even squeeze in a little. Wonderful work. Now release the legs, feet are flat, legs are bent, Jatana Pradavitsi. Take your legs over to the left. Take your gaze over to the right. And if that top knee doesn't come all the way down, no problem. You'll be fine. Release your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. Just breathe regularly, breathe slowly, but still somewhat deeper than what the average person does. As we do a really great twist in the spinal column with this one. All right, let's bring the knees up. Take the knees over to the other side. And the left shoulder, keep the left shoulder on the mat. As we look over the left shoulder. This is our supine twist. If you haven't figured it out, we are twisting the spinal column in two directions. The bottom half is twisting one way. The neck, cervical side is twisting the other. Keeping that type of flexibility in our spinal column is important. All right, folks, so far so good. Here we go. Bring the knees up and extend the legs onto the mat. Savasana. Let's engage in 10 easy, relaxed breaths. Toes are relaxed, falling open. Your legs are relaxed completely, no tension in the legs. Your stomach sinks a little deeper into the body, close to the spinal column. No tension in the shoulders, they're relaxed. Shoulders, upper back. Fingers are curling in slightly. No tension in the neck, around your mouth, around your eyebrows or forehead. 3 more relaxed breaths, please. And from here, bring the arms up slowly and carefully, reaching up towards the ceiling or overhead. You can also grab opposite elbows. Point to toes, pull the stomach in. One last deep, full body stretch. And recover. Bend the legs, feet are flat. Let's roll the legs to the right and come on up to a comfortable seated posture. Any seated posture is fine. Your eyes can remain soft or closed as you come up. Two more relaxed breaths. Eyes are soft or closed. As we take in all the work we just did, all the great work we just did. With a deep inhalation, bring the arms up and overhead, palms come together, and exhale the breath as the hands come down past your third eye to your heart center. From your mat to your world, remember always to remain kind, remain gentle, and always remember to stay fearless. Thank you, and namaste.